After 22 years on the radio, we couldn't stay quiet for long.
We're Lori and Julia, still loud.
Pop culture, gossip, books, TV, music,
and probably a little too much laughter.
Let's do this.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Friday podcast. This is going to be a fun one, isn't it, Lori?
It is. Julia, hello. And we are still loud.
Yes.
I had somebody send me a note.
Okay, what'd they say?
Speak closer to your microphone. You're not still loud.
I keep telling you that, Lori. That's really kind of funny. Was it a direct message?
Yes. And I said, you know what? I still feel like I'm in the radio studio where I never realized, because of just being in a broadcast studio, you could move around. You could lean away from the microphone a little bit. Now you must be much more professional with a microphone right in front of your face.
And here you are in Hawaii. You just went on Monday, and we are broadcasting from Hawaii and Woodbury, Minnesota.
That's right.
So, Lori, you're settled in, and we have a better connection, I feel like, than when you were in St. Paul. This is a good connection.
I have amazing high-speed internet here in the area where I'm staying in Hawaii. And I think this is our 6th year of staying in this little house. And I broadcast from the radio show, from here.
Yes.
And but
can I just say a funny fact? Because you got to go. So people have been hanging out with us for a while. Lori got to go away for a month. And then it just came longer and longer in the winter to go to Hawaii. And I believe I asked if I could go to Florida or my cabin, and I got a no. So
I know. You know what, Julia? I'm not
mean?
really sure how to address your feelings on that one. But for me,
it hurt my feelings.
Yeah, I think in 2020, whatever year it was, Casey said to me, I'm going to Hawaii for a month, and I'm going with or without you. And all I could think about were all the rich widows that are here who would just think he is a snack and a half with his body surfing and his fine form. And I went into our boss and I said, my husband is going to fall for a widow if you do not let me broadcast. I'll take 2 weeks vacation and I'll broadcast. I said, but I cannot possibly let him go off to Hawaii for a whole month without me.
That is the truth. That is literally the truth. I was single at the time. Maybe that's why I couldn't go.
Who knows? Who the heck knows? The threat of divorce. No one wants to break up a family, Julia, over radio business. But
is it
anyway,
go ahead.
I mean, it's beautiful. It did rain the first morning, which I think the last 3 times we've arrived, it's rain the first morning. But that was fine because we got to go to Costco and stock up on supplies, drinks, hats, snacks.
How busy is the Costco in wherever the heck you are?
Kona. It's in Kona. Well, Casey, we're Premier members, so we get to go at 9 an hour. Yeah, so we love that.
I've never used that once, but okay, that would make sense there.
And we immediately ran into a lovely Hawaiian family, 5 people dressed head to toe in their Seahawks gear. And so first we had to, I was like, go Seahawks. The whole country is rooting for the Seahawks on Super Bowl Sunday, except for New England area.
And our nephew, Lewis.
Okay, so the New England area and Louis.
I think I'm going to root for them. I mean, it's
Seahawks.
always, I am. It's exciting. It's exciting.
So exciting.
I just want it to be a close game and not a blowout. That's what I think everyone wants.
Yeah, well, and we've got a lot of, the Super Bowl here on Sunday for us will start at 1 p.m.
See, Lori, that's kind of nice timing. Everything does start earlier there. Is the 6 o'clock news on at 2 in the afternoon, probably?
something like that. And it isn't even daylight savings time. So Casey and I are going to get to the beach at 7 a.m. We're going to go to the big beach. He wants to body surf. Right now, the waves are too huge.
Oh, really?
Huge.
Okay.
6 foot, 7 foot waves. He's looking for 2 to 3 with his kind of shoulder sitch.
Right.
But Green Day is going to kick it off, and then I guess I didn't know they had an opening ceremony, and that should be amazing. Charlie Puth doing the national anthem. Brandy Carlisle will sing America the Beautiful, and Coco Jones will sing Lift Every Voice. And sing. And then, of course, Benito, Bad Bunny, biggest Latin superstar in the world, Puerto Rican, is doing the Super Bowl, and Cardi B will be on stage, and they'll do that song, I Like It.
Oh, okay. I don't know it, but I like it.
You do know it,
like
Julia. It was everywhere in 2018.
I'm sure I do.
You know it. It's a banger. We played it in the double wide. And so, yeah, I'm excited just, for the ads and my family is super, they've been Seahawks fans forever.
Oh, Lori,
that live out in Seattle.
And they've been rewarded. Let us remind them that they've been rewarded.
Yes, they've have.
Got to be
they've
so
got
excited.
Viking leftovers leading them on the way, which is how about Sam Darnold confirming that his grandfather, Dick Hammer, what a great name, was one of the 4 original Marlboro men in the ads.
Okay, I did not know that. But don't you remember when I met?
It just came out, that news.
That's kind of funny. When we met, where my dad used to live in New Smyrna Beach, there was a woman in his complex, and her name was Nancy. And she ended up kind of making meals for Dad. We paid her at the end, but of course she didn't cook. He didn't like her cooking.
Of course.
Do you remember that? And we're up here trying to get Dad fed. I don't like her cooking. And we're like, who cares? Just eat it. But anyway, her husband was one of the gorgeous, good-looking Marlboro men. Yeah.
There were 4, and they did rotations. Some were like, I don't know if it was a regional thing, but yeah, his grandfather, Dick Hammer, and Sam admitted that he really didn't know it until like he was in his 20s. Because his grandfather and his dad also was in the 1964 Olympics wrestling U.S. team.
Wow.
And
where is he even
from? He was quite
I don't even know. Who knows?
I can't remember, but anyway, so that's just a little Super Bowl trivia.
And it kicks off at 5:30, and it's going to be on NBC here in the Twin Cities. So whatever.
Central Standard Time.
Yep. That's usually
3 p.m. Pacific.
For the Muti.
1 p.m. Hawaii time.
Yeah. Lori, that is something I remember when we were in LA and the Vikings were in an NFL, the championship or something, and the game started like at 1 or like at 10 in the morning or something crazy. And we're like, what is this?
It'd be like 10 in the morning. Casey said he remembered when he was stationed in Hawaii watching football games at 9, 11 in the morning, just like,
you
whoa.
Could get on with your day.
Then you get to go to the beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the sweet Catherine O'Hara that passed away. It was so, it felt out of the blue. She was 71 years old, and she had a condition called blah, 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 but literally.
It's a nice Latin name. It doesn't sound like anything terrifying, really.
But she found out way later in life that her heart and another major organ was on the spleen was on the right side of her body instead of her left. And then we find out who also has that condition: Donny Osmond and Enrique Iglesias, right?
Enrique Iglesias.
But so anyway, that was, I think it was a shock for everyone.
I thought Diane Keaton and Catherine O'Hara in just this short amount of time, because I watched As Good as It Gets on the plane. And that movie holds up with Nicholson and Keanu and Diane Keaton. And oh my gosh, I forgot she got naked in that movie. But I think people really felt devastated because we've known Catherine O'Hara from so many great movies. I mean, all the
Home Alone,
Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show at the Westminster Dog Show the other day. They did a Catherine O'Hara tribute and a Doberman Pinscher one for the first time ever. And I feel that's a very Catherine or a Moira Rose dog.
And of course, Schitt's Creek. We could never say that before. Schitt's Creek. We said shit twice. That's the first swear words we've said on this podcast. But Lori,
that show got us through COVID. Don't you remember? We discovered it had been on Canada TV, but we got it later and we just gobbled it up because it was so comforting and funny.
And so funny. I went back and just kind of went on a YouTube thing with Catherine O'Hara, just more information. Yeah. But she was like at 17, she joined the cast of Second City TV in Canada, and her partners were John Candy, Eugene Levy, Martin Short, and she called him Marty, Rick Moranis.
Gilda Radner, wasn't she part of it?
I don't know that. I didn't
she was.
see her name, but she was talking. So there was the funniest thing about it was the oldest interview of her sitting down with Martin Short, Marty, and she was telling him what a crush she had on him since he was in the play Godspell.
And he dated Gilda Radner. They were a couple.
Martin Short and Gilda Radner.
Yes, and they were very good looking. He had so much hair. He was like one of these funny,
delightful
really
man.
Attractive.
He still
men.
is. He still has
He
all of
still
his hair.
is.
But so they were talking, and he goes, everyone's in love with Catherine. She's so cute. She's the funniest thing we've ever seen because she didn't care. She went for everything, and she was a brilliant writer. And then more recently, she's in that TV show, The Studio, on Apple Plus.
Very good. Very good. She's probably going to win the SAG Award.
Yes.
She's nominated for that.
Yes, she is. But I watched an episode about the Golden Globes, and The Studio is about a studio head and all the neurotic things that go on, casting and
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, it is. And some of them,
Entourage.
It kind of felt like it took me twice to get into it, 2 times, because I was just like, I don't know. But the Golden Globe one about getting your name mentioned was so funny.
So funny.
So many people.
And it was so funny because she was
hysterical.
Just hysterical.
She'll be
the way
missed. She has 2 kids.
She really will. And yesterday I was walking and I was listening to Wiser Than Me, Julia Louis-Dreyfus's podcast. And just a year ago in December, she had Catherine O'Hara on.
Okay.
So Catherine was 70 at the time. And she started out the interview. Julia was like, well, how are you? And she said, I am lucky and blessed to be alive. So I think that she knew like a year ago that it can't be good for your organs to be born on the opposite side of where they're supposed to be.
I can't imagine. And I can't imagine doing the Pledge of Allegiance back in the day or finding your heartbeat and thinking, where the hell is it? And she didn't discover it till later in life. It was on the opposite side. That to me is so weird.
But she said that to Julia. She said it like 3 times, and she was so funny. And Julia asked her, what age do you feel? And she just laughed, and she said, I don't know, whatever age I feel. I'm always laughing. She said, people ask me that all the time. I never know how to answer it. And I thought, well, if that isn't the truth.
That is the truth, yeah.
It is true. And then I also think about, my lady exercise,
your alter ego.
Very neglected.
Well, she comes out in Hawaii.
Yeah, but she's very much Moira Rose inspired. She doesn't have a consistent accent. She gets words wrong. She's trying to tell you the shortcut ways to exercising. And I realized that, oh my gosh, Lady Exercise is inspired 100% by Moira Rose. And like 4 years ago, I dressed up as Moira Rose for Halloween. And it was such a fun costume. And people knew who I was because it was at the zeitgeist of that show. And she just,
you dressed up as Sarah Palin, Moira Rose. You dressed up as the Simpson lady when they were popular, and I had to be the sister who smoked and was
the
unknown.
Simpson who was in Playboy magazine. Yeah, no, I really do love a theme.
You did
Martha
love a theme.
Stewart, prison vixen.
You did
when she went to jail.
You love a theme on Halloween.
I do.
Okay, so
anyway,
but there's so many.
Rest in peace, Catherine.
No kidding.
And I will just tell you the thing that struck me when she and Julia were talking, and at the end of the interview, Julia asked her. She said, when you look back at your life, what is your greatest achievement? And Catherine, without hesitation, said,
my children.
Oh, my 2 boys, and the fact that I've raised 2 young men to be wonderful companions in life. And I have 2 wonderful women in my life that they're just enrich our family. She said, it's my family without question. And Julia said, same here, because she also has 2 boys.
I know.
And you have 2 boys.
I know.
And they're, anyway, so I was just like, it was very,
it's a
kind
reminder.
Of brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, and it's a reminder at the end of the day how important our families are. And she, on Beetlejuice, when she was in Beetlejuice, the very first one, she met her
Did
husband.
you hear me do my Deo?
I did. I know, but Lori, I didn't even know that reference until I started watching all this stuff on her recently. Because you forget. I mean, my gosh.
I guess that was just kind of a famous thing.
Of course it
in
was.
Beetlejuice.
But
it was the most. Oh yeah.
I forgot.
Okay.
But she met her husband. He was the set designer on that movie. So that's where they ended up their first time they ever met.
Well, and it was Tim Burton because Catherine O'Hara, she told this story. She said, I said to Tim, this guy that designs the sets, he just talks to me every day, but he never asks me out. And so Tim said, well, let me see what I can do about that. And the next day, Bo asked her out, and they've been together ever since.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, seriously.
I know.
All
right. Well, can I tell you about a terrible movie that I saw just on the plane? I thought I'm going to watch it. It's an Oscar-nominated movie, even though I haven't liked the last two movies that Emma did with Yarthro Larian. Bugonia.
Okay.
Bugonia.
And it's Emma Stone.
Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, who is fantastic. Who would have thought that Landry, out of all the characters on Friday Night Lights, would be the incredible actor.
You say this every podcast, but I'm making ticks. He's brilliant. Yeah. He's a great actor.
And I love that he and Kirsten Dunst met on Fargo, and they've been together, and they have two beautiful
Did you like the movie? Let's go back to Bugonia.
I hated it.
Okay, you did. I'm not going to do it then. I don't.
Slapped the screen, in my premium select seat. I got a little upgrade.
Oh gosh.
And
if people even know behind the scenes what happens to Lori, I just would like to describe when Lori's getting ready to travel on an airplane. What happens the week before she starts showing me the waiting list for first class. I'm a Premier plus lifetime member, blah, 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 whatever you are. God. I pretty much can fly the plane, but, I don't like to.
Right.
And then 3 days out, Julia, there's only 3 people on the list and I am the top of the list. I mean, the countdown to you getting an upgrade on a plane, it's just kind of part of your thing because it's like I get a hair appointment.
It's very exciting. It's like gambling without gambling because you haven't really lost anything.
Well, maybe that's how you put it because it's so funny how you always want to share it with me. And especially it's really fun when we travel together and I'm in the last row.
And I leave you
this behind. Is so much fun for me to know how far you are off the list. But anyway, so you hated the movie Bugonia.
Julia,
I
hated it as much as, remember Pretty Things, which she won the Academy Award for last year?
I do.
Absolutely hated that movie. See Frankenstein with Jacob Elordi, that if you need that kind of a story, but it was okay.
You didn't like it. And you didn't like Marty Supreme either.
Well, I give that it's a good B movie. I give it 4 out of 5 stars, but I give One Battle After Another 4.5 stars, and I give Sinner 5.
Okay, because Sinner, it's scary, but I did like it. But One Battle After the Other, I'm only going to give a 3. But you liked it way more than me. I didn't like it as much as you.
You have to watch that movie twice to catch the comedy.
It's 4 hours long.
Well, that's like, Julia, watch in your home and take a snack break.
I know. Okay.
Or have some sexy time.
Okay, and watch the movie because it's so slow.
Yes, just break it up. Get some oxytocin flowing.
I got oxytocins going yesterday or the day. I don't even know when. But anyway, Jeff bought me a pair of hockey skates last year. And I hadn't skated in years. And we went out and skated in them. And I missed my toe pick. Because
that's the hardest part, because Casey bought me a pair of hockey skates once and I made him bring them back. I took him out skating once and I said, I'm hopeless without a pick.
I am too. So then he bought me these skates and, I had my injury, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we just went out and I had my brand new figure skates on. And it was,
ouch.
No, it was perfect. The new skates.
They weren't too stiff?
No.
Are they soft now?
I bought them a half a size. I bought them a half a size bigger than I usually take. And the support on the ankle is completely
so
different.
Much better.
Oh my gosh. It was.
Remember as kids, we had to I had to wrap my laces 6 times. You got extra long laces so you could make a big, huge brace around your ankle because the leather was just soft little leather.
I agree, Lori. The new skates are different, but it was just exciting to do something.
Did it just come back to you like swimming or riding a bike?
Well,
no problem?
Well, I immediately went to figure out how I'm going to get elbow pads because, and maybe take a figure skating class. It was fun. Yes, it was just beautiful. It was like one of those finally Minnesota days where you can go outside, it's warm enough, the sun is shining, and it's just celebrating. The rinks are hard. It was really, it was super fun. But anyway, that's leading me to the 3,958 million shows I've watched on hockey, ice skating, ice dancing to get ready for the Olympics.
Oh my gosh, it's very exciting. That starts, it's already started as we're doing this podcast, but it goes officially, the opening ceremony, and it's all on NBC and Peacock, and there's other ways to stream it, but from Friday, February 6th to Sunday, February 22nd. And my gosh, Minnesota is the second most highest rated state, just FYI.
It's highest rated for what?
Number of
Minnesotans. Athletes, you mean? I'm going to give this a little more context. Athletes.
Colorado's number 1, and then Minnesota's number 2, which basically
athletes that are going to be in the Olympics.
What are you, my translator?
No, well, you didn't. You just said Minnesota is the most something state, and I'm like, well, what does that mean?
We were talking about the Olympics with the most athletes. I thought it was a given. Now you're doing Lori speak.
I am doing Lori speak. Let's just take a quick...
59 athletes with ties to Minnesota, with 26 being native to Minnesota.
I love it. Well, let's break that down in a second and thank our sponsors, because, of course, we wouldn't be able to do this super fun podcast without them. Let's take a second. I just want to talk about Twin Cities Closet Company. They are amazing.
Custom storage solutions.
Yes, they are.
Pretty incredible.
And it's a Minnesota-based company. It's family-owned. They make all their products here in Minnesota. No project is too small for them, and they come out to your home and give you a complimentary consultation, take notes, listen to what you want and need, and give you ideas, and then give you, what they think. I saw my 3D renderings or whatever we're going to call them.
Oh, you did see them?
Oh, Lori, my gosh. My dream. I mean, I'm super excited. So I just have to figure out which way I want to go. But it's just would you feel like if you had this for the couple closets you're doing or whatever you decide you're doing, that would be kind of life-changing as far as, because it's driven you crazy for so long? It's driven me crazy for so long. And, you don't have to do it all right away. And we're working on a plan of how we're going to do it. But it's just, I'm telling you, I'm super excited, Lori. So that's something to look forward to in addition to summer. But,
Oh, no, I'm going to have somebody come to my house when I get back. I can't have anyone come over right now because my nephew and his girlfriend are enjoying staying there.
Yes, they are. There you go. But we love them, and call them for your complimentary consultation or visit them at tcclosets.com. You are going to it's a game changer, and it doesn't cost any money, to have a consultation and find out what options and let them show you. I was just so excited. Luxury is attainable with Twin Cities Closets. All right, Envision. I'm so jealous of all your new glasses, Lori, that I'm going in, but I'm going, and it's like I want to bring my 19,000 glasses to get them all fixed at the same time. But
and some of them you could leave there, because they donate the glasses, but I hadn't updated
I didn't know that, Lori. That's a great idea.
Yes, I hadn't updated my eyewear wardrobe in really 3 years. And it was just, I realized I was looking at photos. I was like,
I haven't updated my wardrobe in 3 years.
You're right. Still think about your eyewear. You wear glasses every day, girl.
I know I do. And I love it. And you're wearing your tortoiseshell ones that are so cute.
Leisure Society.
Yeah. They just know what glasses are going to work on your face. And it's just such a luxury to know that you're going to come out of there with glasses that fit you perfectly and fit your lifestyle. Go to one of their 4 locations. Make sure you tell them Lori and Julia sent you. Check out online at envision-optical.com so you can see all the locations, hours, and all the good stuff. We love them. And finally, right now, let's thank Hair Restoration Institute of Minnesota, Lori. I am able to pull back my new growth. Now it's not sticking straight up. It's starting to bend because I have so much new hair growth that I didn't have as a result of getting the shots, the PRP in my head. I'm super excited. And you know what? Hair Restoration Institute of Minnesota has been around. They know what they're doing. Lori and I, Casey and I, Sparginis, we both worked with them and we trust them. Yeah. They are wonderful to work with. They know what's going on. And women, men have had hair transplants forever. And here we are suffering from hair loss or hairline loss. We can get a transplant too. It just didn't seem like anything we ever talked about before.
No, so, I've never even heard anyone admit to having one.
Right. But women suffer hair loss. It could be hormones. It could be
familial,
whatever it is.
Whatever.
Yes. Yeah. But so I just really encourage people, go to the website, hrimn.com, click on the upper right corner where they have free consultations, hit that, find out what your options are. You can go in person. They're just right at the Mall of America, or they can do it virtual, but it all starts with a consultation. And it doesn't cost any money to ask a question, and you will be so happy. All right, the Olympics. Yay.
The Olympics.
Yay.
Yeah, I guess the story that I really went deep into, thank you, CBS Sunday Morning, was that they did the story on Ilya Malinin, who's AKA the quad god, the men's figure skating. He was left out of the last Olympics. They went with a more senior guy, even though he was a better skater. So he's like hungrier, but he's raised in Virginia. His parents were ice skaters for Uzbekistan.
When I heard that on the show, I'm like, where the heck is that? But somewhere over there.
Russia. Okay. Russia, part of Russia. And they immigrated here. They were able to get visas and become naturalized citizens because they could coach ice skating. So this kid is born into it. It almost reminded me of that movie that we watched about figure skating. This just the whole, how much passion you have to have and how much practice you have to do.
Oh,
and he
my word.
has been basically the best in the world since 2023. And on Instagram, he goes by the Quad God. And the reason why is he's the only person to ever land the quad, which is 4 revolutions, and usually does 4.5 revolutions in the air, and then lands, it's an axle land. And axle is the hardest thing skated because you're landing on one blade and you're coming down with a ton of force to get up that high. In one match at the last World Championship, he did 7 quad jumps in one routine. He does backflips. He's amazing.
I saw
all
that.
The stress and all the pressure. Ilya.
Yes, and he's young. What is he, like 21 or 2? He's very young.
Very young, and of course he has the name of Connor Story's character, and he did Rivalry. Ilya.
Oh, of course he does, Larry. Of course he does. But so he is very exciting. He's expected for the U.S. men's figure skating to win gold. There's 4 different skating events. There's the individual singles, men and women, and the women.
Is that called the free skate?
Well, free skate is, I don't know. There's just 4. There's singles, pairs, ice dance, and probably whatever the other thing you're talking about. I don't know what it is. But the singles, it's really about the U.S. and Japanese skaters. They're very good. Japan is kind of getting the top of the podium right now, but we have some great hopefuls there. And apparently there's the depth in the women's single skate is so deep, you're going to want to watch it all.
Oh my gosh. So I sent my mom the whole schedule today because that's her just favorite thing. And, when there is something like this, and the news has just been, so awful and relentless, and, people are full of ambiguous grief, having something like the Olympics is something that people can escape into, because there's so many, hopeful stories and amazing stories, and there's wild, we don't know what we're going to see. It's just all TBD. It's just a big adventure that everyone kind of can
get excited and wrap around. And Lori, okay, so I'm just going to tell you about the other skating things, but I watched a show I want to tell you about. Okay, so with the ice skating, then you have the pair ice skaters. And I didn't do a deep dive into that. All I know is that the pair, they still do the jumps and they do this heavy duty lifting stuff and the twirls.
This is the book called The Favorites is about ice dancing.
No, but I'm talking about pairs right now. So now ice.
Oh, you're talking about pairs.
So,
okay.
So they
That's
still
right.
do the big jumps and everything.
They do all the jumps.
Yes. But ice dancing is what your book is about. There's this Netflix special called Glitter and Gold. You should watch it, Laura. You should tell your mom to watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
But it's about really the top 3 contenders that are going to be in the Olympics this year. And they are Madison Chalk and Evan Bate. They're the U.S. There's a Canadian.
I've heard of their names.
Yeah, a Canadian couple, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. They're Canadian. And then there's this new fresh team that hasn't been around for long from France, Lawrence something and Guillaume. But they are former individual skaters.
Lovers?
No.
Oh, they came
only
together.
Ones. Okay, so as far as love goes, Madison Chalk and Evan Bate are a couple. I think they're married. The second one, not a couple, and the third one is not a couple. But the French pair have a skill set and a youth that like our U.S. pair doesn't have. So there's some interesting, but this Glitter and Gold would be super fun to just really watch quick. It's really fun.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yes.
It sounds wonderful.
It was so fun, Lori. It was so fun. And then, anyway, the ice stuff is exciting. And the thing about this Olympics is that it's the first Olympics that is so geographically spread out. So basically in Milan, you're going to have all of your, figure skating, your hockey, your stuff that's done in arenas, that kind of stuff. But out in the Dolomites, which is Cortina or whatever the name of the other town is. Cortina. You're going to have the world, the skiing, the bobsledding, the luge, the skeleton, all those type of sports. And that's about 350 kilometers away, which I don't know. Maybe that's like, it's a 6-hour drive through the mountains.
I was going to say,
stuff.
that's far. That's like 600 miles.
Yeah. And what they're doing is they're using existing facilities. So this is kind of the first Olympics. They're not building all the new stadiums and junk. They're using the World Cup place in the Dolomites that they've skied before. And they're using existing buildings and some temporary structures, but none of the big buildings like Vancouver went through.
Or Barcelona. They built up a bunch of crap.
Yep.
But this Escandolo with the sheet of ice that the hockey players are playing on, and I don't know if that's a different sheet of ice than the ice skating. It must be, but anyway, it's 3 feet short of. I know.
That's like huge, Lori.
I know. I think 3 feet short on either end. So it's a shorter rink.
Lori, wait a minute.
Okay.
It can't be 6 feet short. It's probably 3 feet combined, maybe a foot and a half on each end.
Okay. Because see, don't make me do math.
No, I'm like on either end. I mean, like they would equal. No, that the visiting team has to skate farther.
3 feet. Don't make me. I was trying to figure out is that really big? But then I just thought, well, if it's a scandal, I'm going to believe it because.
And even if it is 6 feet, that's big. But if it's just 3 feet, 1 foot and a half each, maybe that seems more palatable.
I don't know, but people have complained about it, and they're just like, well, this will. The people who are the best skaters they won't mind the short ice, and it's gonna make the goalies have to work a hell of a lot harder.
Oh my gosh! All right, so
and a curling team from Chanhassen beat the Schuster team from Duluth.
Are you
kidding
me?
They're in the Olympics. Yeah, there's kind of We got a lot going on. There's this Corey Thiessen from Duluth is women's curling mixed doubles. She's a lab tech when she doesn't curl. There's another gal, Taylor Anderson Heidi from Minneapolis, who's a 6-time national championship. So the curling is always super fun. And of course, just, to be transparent, I did curl for 5 years for the Duluth Curling Club on a mixed team in college on Sunday nights because my athletic ability, hi, my name is Lori, and I can aim. I shot third.
And we did a breakaway for Twin Cities Live once where we went to the Twin Cities Curling Club on Selby Avenue and they, tasted us. And what's the name of the puck?
The stone.
The stone. It is so heavy, you guys. I was shocked how heavy that was.
Yeah. You have to glide. You have to be able to get down on your knees. I don't think I could curl anymore. My knees pop like popcorn from all my aerobics and step aerobics. I don't think I could do it, but I was a good aimer. And you, of course, just like with any team with 4 people, Julia, you lead. The skip shoots last. The next best aimer shoots third, second, first. So that's how. But also the first and second stone throwers could be setting up. Maybe they're slower setting up to be bumped into and bumped out. So that's their all strategy. On the skip.
That is so fun to watch.
It is fun.
I'm excited. So apparently we watched a lot of TV. Lori, you were traveling, so you didn't get as much TV in this week as I did. There's the documentary on the Miracle on Ice guys who won the Olympics in 1980, and it's called The Boys of 80. And
he watched it, and then he watched Miracle on the plane because he was so inspired after watching that documentary. He said it was fantastic.
It was fantastic, but what kind of... And so you're talking about needing, the Olympics is something that we get around as a country and get excited about the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And when that was in 1980, we were... I don't know.
We were babies, Julia. We were babies.
I was a junior in high school.
I was having to get illegally into nightclubs.
Right.
But the drinking age was 18. So.
But I was in high school and I didn't know I knew there were gas lines, but I didn't know how big the recession was, and they just talk about how horrible the economy was then. And I'm like, I didn't know any of that stuff, I was a kid.
Oh, and there ran hostages. That was going on. And it was we weren't paying any attention to that because of our age. Yeah.
Zero. But the story that came out about, Herb Brooks, who used to coach the University of Minnesota Gophers and was, the winning coach for the Olympic team and everything, about how he trained these guys and how he couldn't get personal with anyone on the team and what a hard ass he was. I guess I just never, because Kurt, who played him in the movie?
Kurt Russell was so amazing in it.
Well, and Herb Brooks is amazing too, but he just had a different coaching style. It's so good to watch. We both watched it. We loved it. Okay, then I'm going to have one more hockey thing, and I promise to move on.
No, listen, hockey. I'm horny for hockey, Julia. Bring me all the hockey news you ever have.
Okay, so there's a new hockey show that's in development. It's actually already in production, and it's going to be on Netflix. And it stars Michelle Monaghan, and she's Tom Jones' first baby mama. They have a child together. And
who's Tom Jones?
Not Tom Jones, Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Not the singer. The football player. And she everyone would recognize her, but she stars, and it's based in Minnesota. It's an 8-part series. And
should be based in Minnesota.
Basically what it's about is about a working class town called South Dorothy, Minnesota.
AKA War Road, Minnesota, let's just say.
And where the high school hockey team, they always turn out NHL state championships, blah, blah,
That's
blah. That's
War Road, Minnesota.
Yep. And then
for real.
There's a tragic bus accident. And so I think the head coach and some players on the team pass away, and she's the wife of the coach. And she's now the new coach of the team, and they rally around her.
Love it.
I know
Love it.
I know. I don't know when it's coming out yet. But then
I do know that he did Rivalry. The showrunners and the author have confirmed that spring of 2027 we'll have 6 new episodes, and I hope they're following those guys all around, like I told you in a previous podcast, where they can weave together some kind of story about these two going to the Olympics or something, or the Super Bowl. Who knows? I have very good authority that they are going to be. You'll be seeing them at the Super Bowl. Get ready to see them.
Oh yes, we'll see a lot of people at the Super
Connor
Bowl.
and Hudson.
Yes, we'll be seeing them. I'm excited. But the Olympics really, and if you don't catch stuff and you have Peacock, they're going to have all the stuff, afterwards too.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? I made Casey bring our Roku. We've never done this before. Because first of all, I wouldn't have any idea. I just say things like that. It's like yesterday when I told you my cord didn't have a thing for the ether dongle. I was like speaking another language. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I just said, Casey, the Olympics are on. It would be so great if we had our thing, our Roku. And I took a stab that was the thing. And so he did bring that for us.
Well, that's going to be so nice.
Everything here, though, the time, I could probably be getting up and watching stuff like very early.
But they're going to replay it, Lori. They're going to replay stuff.
Yeah.
You don't
so
have to do that. You don't want to have to change too much. I was up at
6 this morning. The birds are so loud.
Well, you remember the pigs, the goats? Wait, it's the birds.
Well, the bird song here is very vibrant. And I saw a little baby feral pig whose mother was killed that my neighbor David has been trying to catch. Of course, you will never see me scampering around. He's got 3. He's got 3 here. I never see him except on the nightly walks to the sunset.
I know. Okay.
And then I keep my distance because I always have well-lotioned legs. And pigs love lotion.
Remember when he came over to you and you were scared?
Julia, he could have bitten my leg off.
He could have. Because
haven't you ever seen a mafia movie where they throw the body into the pig pen and there's nothing left? Not even a tooth.
Lori, you're so funny. Okay, let's just take a break and thank our sponsors. Let's thank Borton Overseas. We have like 2 spots left, I think, for our trip, right, Lori?
I think so.
I think that's it.
I think we have 1 or 2 rooms.
Yeah, left for our trip to Scandinavia. I literally have been doing such a deep dive on it. We are going to see so much, and everything's absolutely arranged for us, including
first stop, including what?
Including meals in so many days. The meals are part of it too.
And the sightseeing, but like our first stop is Stockholm. We're staying in a gorgeous hotel. We've got a couple of cool experiences that Borton has set up for us. And then we're going to be there for a couple of days. And then we're going to take the train to Copenhagen. Do you know how beautiful a train ride is through Scandinavia? I mean, I've never taken a train here because the United States is so big, but this is more compact, and it's like I envision it being like in northern Minnesota, looking very much like that.
But you go through small towns, farms. You go through. I can't wait because I love European train rides. I took trains all over Europe. You did too. I mean, I just love a European train ride. And then we go to Copenhagen, and then we have cool tours there and walking tours, and then we go on a ferry, and then we take the ferry.
A cruise line. Yes. Cruise line.
Lori,
to Oslo, the fjords.
And then we go to the fjords, and then we do tours. It's all done. It's all done. Jeff and I got really excited about it the other day. I started even my packing list, Lori, which is...
Oh, my God.
That's not me. Anyway, we would love it. Spectacular Scandinavia with us. Like we said, couple spots left. If you want to come, act now. Go to BortonOverseas.com for more information. But they also have so many other things to offer you. And they're exceptional at what they do. They've got over 100 years in delighting people on their travel adventures. Either, they do a custom itinerary for you or you join another small group travel. We love them. Make sure you tell them Lori and Julia sent you. And then we want to thank our last sponsor, Minneapolis Plastic Surgery and Dr. Jarvis for all of your needs. I had a girlfriend ask me the other day, where should I go get my eyelids done? Because that's something I think probably 80% of people do at some point in their life from the droops. And I'm like, Dr. Jarvis, call
men
him.
And women.
Yes, totally men and women. And call him and have a free consultation and ask all your questions, because we know that he's going to treat you well, give you great service, do something that works with your face. They're so experienced there. They're going to take care of you. And you're just going to love working with them. And again, a complimentary consultation, but it starts with a phone call. Minneapolis Plastic Surgery is located in Golden Valley. Valley. You know it. Okay, so you're not going to be at Pilates every day. Do you go on walks every day, or how do you get in your?
Yeah, I'm getting walks, and I'm feeling very lady exercise. I'm coming up with some.
So what Lori's talking about there though is if you're new, we have an Instagram account, Lori and Julia, and Lori acts out this lady who doesn't really like.
I have an alter ego.
Yeah.
Who's a very lazy exercise lady, much like me.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, very much resembles me. But she's got fancier hair, and she's got a real casual style about her. And she is a wonderful videographer, cameraman known as Casey.
Her husband, my brother. Mm-hmm. And the best part, though, Lori, is his laugh during
at the end. I just start sweating bullets that's why I have to come up with great care to think of what I'm going to do.
I believe it. Can we just talk about some news items that have been happening here about?
Oh my gosh! Yes,
about Savannah Guthrie and her mother. So her mother was abducted in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona, literally, and they're charging ransom, and they've gotten 2 notes. And she was
no. Go ahead. Let me back it up.
All right,
okay,
please.
so TMZ got a ransom note.
I heard that.
TMZ.
Yeah. The gossips.
That ransom note was proven to be from some nut who's just trying to jump in on the action. They are following the camera evidence, the security camera with everything with her. But it did look like there was blood, and the sheriff's department is investigating. They haven't confirmed if they have a credible ransom note yet, or if it's just the cranks. That's why Savannah went on
national TV. Yep.
National TV and read from her notes that they need proof of life.
Yeah, I saw that. And she is, if you don't know, she's the co-host of the Today Show on NBC.
It is so incredible. I'm just like, oh my gosh,
her mom was missing like in the middle. She went missing in the middle of the night.
84 years old.
And she's on a pacemaker.
After a family game night or whatever. And there's just terrible rumors about the son-in-law and the sister. And, I've read enough true crime novels and seen different things where they always immediately look at the immediate
family.
It's because it's so unusual to have a random
of an 84-year-old woman in the middle of the night in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. My heart is just breaking for Savannah. And, she's supposed to be at the Olympics, and I'm sure NBC is scrambling like crazy. Of course, they, will have people that I forget, Mary Carrillo, I think, is going to do it. And she's a longtime NBC winter Olympic analyst and stuff like that. But everyone is just absolutely shocked. And then apparently everybody, now they've had to up the security for all these people. It's just, I can't, it makes me sick for her because that's my mom's age. That'd be like my mom getting kidnapped.
Well, that's what you think about. Like, who would take my mom? I mean, why?
Yeah.
I mean, it is so scary. It's just so scary and sad. It is.
It's heartbreaking.
And then the other thing that happened like last week, and we haven't talked about, was Kelly Clarkson is ending her show. Her talk show.
Neither one of us are surprised, are we?
No, I was surprised she's done it that long because of the age of her kids.
Contract.
Yeah.
Contract.
She had a contract.
She signed a 3-year contract that last time. And when her ex-husband, Brandon, died, her kids are, they can't be that old. They might be 8 and 10 or
I think they're still in elementary school.
Elementary school. And their dad has died, and they live in New York. And maybe she wants to live by her family or go back now that she's over the pain of the fact that her husband was screwing her assistant at their Hollywood home. She can go back to L.A. and find a different place that doesn't hold bad memories. You know what I mean? Or wherever, maybe she's going to move to Tennessee or Texas is where she's from. But I can totally see that having the life-changing event of having your young kid's dad die would make you say, I can't commit to this.
I want to be there for
brutal
them.
schedule.
Yep. Because, and then for part of it, she was doing The Voice and having a talk show on 2 different coasts. I don't know how she did it because, like you said, when we talked at the beginning about Catherine O'Hara, at the end of the day, what's important?
It's your kids. Mm-hmm. It's your kids, and they are, no matter how crappy of a husband Brandon was to Kelly, he's the father of your kids. And I'm sure that they
spent a lot of time with him and
adored him.
Yes.
And it's, I even remember, a girl in 4th grade and her mom died, Julia, and everyone was kind of afraid of the girl,
because
it was such a scary thing for any of us to contemplate losing our moms.
Yeah, at that age.
I just remember, I always just think of her, and that would have been like my worst fear, to be without my mom or dad as a kid, because they were just everything to you.
Everything.
Everything. So I totally was expecting it, and I thought that contract is up, and she's out of there.
Mm-hmm. She's out of there.
It's just too much, because really think about what her schedule would be filming that.
And it's a lot. And they do a new original song every day. That's just a lot. It is a lot. So I'm excited for her and her new ventures.
And Sherri Shepard is losing her show.
I didn't know that. The Sherri show. I've never watched it, Lori. You do. I've never watched it.
You know what? I liked watching Sherri. She was she made the ache of missing Wendy Williams a little less, even though she's totally wacky and kooky. But, so was Wendy. And I liked Sherri would have fashion things on and stuff like that. But there was I only watched it depending on who the guest was. Yeah. And so I sent Jason Matheson a note, and I said,
we watch his show.
Yeah, we watch, because we love faithful watchers of the Jason show. And we used to watch his show in preparation for our radio show. Mm-hmm. But there was this Page 6 story about how hard it is for a national syndicated show to be profitable and good, and how rare they are. And I sent it to Jason. I said, look at how rare you are. Because he's in 45% of the country. And so I think that Sherri just didn't get the rating. So Jennifer Hudson, I'm 100% convinced, because of her Spirit Tunnel, that whole thing, she gets great guests, because people have realized they can go viral walking out to her show. They do a Spirit Tunnel, and the guest dances to music. It's really super fun. And then Drew Barrymore, why that toe-licking, hand-grabbing, sitting 2 inches from your face lady still has a show? I don't know.
Because she's likable. Because she is likable, Lori.
But she's also kind of unbearable.
But she's likable. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you why I like her.
But do you ever watch her show?
No. I don't have time for them all. I watch Jason.
But see what I mean? Yeah. I think it's because the expectations are so low. It's on CBS. They've split it into half hour. They're able to sell some advertising.
You're so bad. You are so bad.
Valerie Bertinelli is now like is a second co-host with Ross. They do split that show in two. So I don't know if we're ever going to have to split our podcast in two to, get all the advertisers who want to get on board with us.
There we go. Well, we have a split screen with us right now. Lori, do you think that they'll even replace Kelly Clarkson?
No. In fact, I think the Jason people they should be, the salespeople should be knocking on the holes in the market it's going to leave. Mm-hmm. You're going to see Jason pick up things. That's what I think.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I also want you to be on his show. So, Jason, should you happen to be listening to the podcast, reach out to Julia. She would
so
love
funny.
to primp and
Lori,
put on some makeup and be a co-host for a day.
You're so silly and funny. Oh my gosh. All right.
Hey, can I give you a movie though, that in case people are not into the Olympics or the Super Bowl, the hot movie that's opening today, Friday, February 6th, is Pillion, Pillion. And if you want the elevator pitch, Julia, this is Alexander Skarsgård's gay biker romance, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival last May, prompting this observation in Variety. With lots of kinky, gay BDSM sex scenes,
oh my gosh,
elaborately choreographed orgies, full frontal nudity, and men in rubber, Pillion has easily been among the most sexually graphic movies of the Cannes Film Festival and warmly received. It is relatable, and anyway, big eyes on this.
Well, wait a second.
movie.
I'm looking for Rotten Tomatoes.
And Alexander Skarsgård has been showing up in some incredible outfits on the press tour. And of course, he just hosted SNL this past weekend with his father, Stellan, making an appearance, who's, I think he got nominated for an Academy Award for Sentimental Value, his father.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I've loved Alexander since True Blood, oh my God.
We do. Okay, Lori, so it has received critical acclaim with 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes based on 80 reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
My brother got his ticket like a month ago.
Okay. It's a gay romance drama. It's based on the book Box
It's a
Hill
book, yep.
by Adam Mars Jones. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
all right. That sounds
drama, romance, comedy, erotic. They had me at lots of kinky gay BDSM sex
well
scenes
aware.
and elaborately choreographed orgies.
We're well
That's
aware.
where they had me.
Because just the other day, you guys, I was telling Lori, okay, the new Shrinking on Apple Plus season came out, and that stars Harrison Ford and Jason Segel, and they're therapists, and I love it. It's a lovely show. And what was your response to me, Lori?
It's too relentlessly optimistic for me.
It's so good.
I don't know.
It is
so good.
so good. All right.
Getting back to my movie, the only movie really opening this weekend. Do you want to know what? Because the name of the movie is Pillion.
Yes, I have.
Do you have any idea what that is?
It's not. No.
Okay.
Tell me.
It's the passenger seat located behind the main driver's seat on a motorcycle, what I used to call, and I think is not correct anymore, the bitch pad.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or historically, a pillion was also a horse.
Oh,
a horse.
Okay.
The pillion seat pad, the act of riding pillion.
Well, I'm glad to know that.
I thought you would.
I'm
So
gonna use
yeah,
that.
yeah, pillion. Right, as riding astride on the rear of a motorcycle. Did I ever give you a buck on my motorcycle?
No, you never did. I think one of my kids maybe at one point. No, because I probably want to drive or something. No, you didn't
want to go. You were afraid. I never gave
Lori,
you a buck.
No, you never gave me a buck.
Mm-mm.
I'd rather drive a motorcycle than get a ride on someone else's.
That's
called control. That's called control. Okay. Do you have any other little hot tips for us today, honey, or should we say au revoir?
Can I just say that my two favorite things besides the performances and the crazy fashion at the Grammys was Cher getting her Lifetime Achievement Award, leaving the stage, coming back. She didn't know she was doing Best Song, and introducing the song as Luther Vandross as the winner when she just meant Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. It was so classic, Cher. It made me laugh and laugh. And then we got an EGOT winner.
Okay, but wait a minute. Did you think that looked bad? I thought it was kind of funny.
No, I thought it was funny. Classic Cher.
That's kind of what I thought.
So
but people
classic.
are like, senior moment. I'm like, no, it was kind of funny.
It was classic Cher. It was so funny. And apparently she did smoke a joint before she went out on stage, which, maybe was in a puffy room.
Okay, because she doesn't, Lori, she's very, okay. All right.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. I think Cher takes a puff, pass once in a while.
That surprises me. Okay, go on.
But the other thing is that Steven Spielberg became the 22nd person to have an EGOT.
An Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony.
He got a Grammy. He did the documentary, and it won Best music documentary film for his frequent, as always, musical collaborator, John Williams, who's like 96. And it's called Music for Williams, and he did the score, everything.
I'm going to watch that because
Indiana Jones.
But have you watched this documentary?
No, but I want to.
Music for what? Williams?
Music for Williams, and it's about John Williams,
his
longtime collaborator. Every score, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, Star Wars. He's an incredible person, and he's still living. So Spielberg got a Grammy.
That's cool.
Only 22 people have the old EGOT. So those were my
and the fashions. The nuder you are, the more you get printed about. You get talked
about.
The
naked dresses are not going anywhere. I thought Chappelle looked like the Game of Thrones lady with the nipple rings and the thing.
What? Chappelle, that's a
Chaperone.
Chaperone. You called her Chappelle, and I'm like, okay.
Chappelle. I like calling her Chappelle. That's a you. I just did a you.
That's the Julia.
Yeah. Well, you know why? Because I did not like that she matched a cape to her hair. I think that's Cape 101. Never match your cape in your hair. And then she had to take it off.
Oh, I just don't understand why people want to go out and be naked.
Well, my mom said, she said, here's what I said to my mom. What you think of that dress?
What'd she say?
Oh, yeah. My mom had a classic response. She said this she gave me some very funny zingers about that. But the thing she didn't like about that dress, she said, if your boobs look like flat fried eggs, you should show them off.
Okay, if your boobs look like flat fried eggs, you shouldn't show them off.
Show them off. Yeah.
You shouldn't show them off. That's absolutely hysterical, Lori.
And Heidi
Klum's that's a good quote.
Yeah. And Heidi Klum's dress made me so uncomfortable.
I felt like it was so tight, you guys. It was structural, tight.
It was molded leather. She could not sit down.
It just looked horrible. I don't get it.
It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. It didn't do her perimenopausal body any favors.
I swear you could see pubic hair in the mons pubis hairs. I felt like you were seeing everything. I was uncomfortable.
I was uncomfortable, and she did look uncomfortable. And I had to. Her vag must have been sweating. Woo! The swass.
All right. Look at the time. Oh gosh, I love you. We'll talk. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us today. And if you know someone that needs an everyday girlfriend like Lori and Julia, turn them on to us. Tell them about us. We would love it. And make sure that you like us and give us reviews or whatever else people are supposed to do, Lorene, and support our sponsors.
Julia, I've harassed Neil the knitter, our flight attendant buddy. He hadn't been listening, and I've harassed him, and he is now said, okay, you have me hooked. Thanks
One
for
person at a time.
Harassing me. One person at a time.
If anyone could do one and then tell us about it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye, Laura. Happy Olympics.
See you later.